Hi, this is Paul from Strung Too Tight.
Stephen here, hello.
And so much for us doing a different intro.
I haven't laughed once today.
It's been a bit of a downbeat morning, but yeah, we've got this fun show ahead. We're gonna spend the podcast giving our predictions and our thoughts on the French Open. Obviously, it's coming up next Monday. Very excited.
Most boring Grand Slam of the year.
I have to say, I'm not really that interested in it, I've got to say. But we're also going to recap on Italy, which was pretty boring as well.
The final was interesting, I thought.
I don't know about that really. But we've got the rackets. I think this is something that we will do. And because I actually got some really nice feedback. Some people messaged me saying, "Oh, I like the racket, blah blah blah."
See how many likes he got on Instagram? With his racket collection. That's like a quarter. What you see in the pictures, there's a lot more.
And there's a collection back in the UK as well, which my mum is kindly is increasing, which is quite exciting. But what I have in front of us today is my Wilson Triad 6.0. I mentioned last week that this is my second favourite racket of all time. Very, very unique racket with the Triad technology. I think I was using this around about 2002 area. Very, very muted feel. Beautiful racket. Really is a lovely racket to hit with. I think the only reason why it didn't really fit in with the mould of pro staffs is that it's quite chunky. You even commented on it. It's quite a chunky racket.
Yes, the first time I've seen it, and yeah, it is thick. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I guess for pros...
compared to modern frames, is it really that thick? I mean, compared to, say, a Babolat Pure Drive, it's not that thick. And I think, but pro staffs generally are thin. You, Steve?
I've got the limited edition Head Radical. MP. Probably one of the best looking rackets ever. I mean, look at the design. I mean, that is incredible.
You can probably see by my face, I get very attached to my rackets. And,
I should have bought two. I can't believe it. Paul's going to give me one anyway, so that's all right.
And I'm going to give him a racket.
Oh God, there we go.
But no, I will never give him that because this is one of my pride and joys. I've got another one which we'll put on next week, which is also very pretty, but it's just this. You're right. I just think aesthetically,
it's cool.
Looks.
This reminds me of Miami on the beach. It just looks cool. But like I said, the only one downside is who uses this or who used it.
What do you mean, me?
Not you. Actually, I don't mind you using it.
That's a downside.
I say professional. Australian.
I was going to say they say Murray, but he doesn't.
Bernard Tomic. He used it for a while. That was the only downside. But it's probably one of my favourite rackets, and I've never used it. It's crazy.
I've always said that in the head range, I'm not a Prestige fan. Steve is a big Prestige fan. Although I think the more recent one we said.
I think Radical...
You see, you're starting to sway to the dark side.
Not because of you.
Actually, it's not. You're becoming a Jedi. I think Prestige is the dark side. But yeah, they're two beautiful rackets, and again, part of my ever-expanding collection, which my wife did all of the decoration.
She's rolling her eyes in the background.
She is just a joke in terms of her creativity. So yeah, I think... Yeah, I'm very proud of my collection.
I think each podcast will probably put a couple of rackets on because one, he's got an endless supply which always grows, and two, it's interesting. A little bit of the history of tennis.
Well, we find it interesting. You guys probably don't, but it was nice to get comments from Greg and from Milan and a few other guys. Rafa, Paul, flipping Rafa. He's such an idiot, that French guy. He really is. I don't know how I cope with you sometimes, Rafa.
But he's French.
Well, yeah, but he's gone and done his own little one. He's got like 4 rackets on the wall. They're all battered.
All probably from you.
I'm sure, yeah. I mean, but they're all pretty much nothing rackets.
Well, he's inspired by you.
Well, but this is the funny thing again, and I digress a lot, but Sergio, my friend, the joint owner of 360. that I love very much. Very great guy. And he went back to Australia, unfortunately, for more negative purposes. And he brought, he sent me photographs of old rackets that he'd found.
Oh, really?
And what I immediately thought was, would he have gone looking if it wasn't for knowing me and knowing that I care about it so much? And I think he's going to be bringing back 2 or 3 quite classic-y rackets for me to add to my collection.
I must admit, I got more into it. I thought I knew a little bit about rackets and strings, but I really didn't. And now it's enjoyable. History of tennis rackets.
And Greg, obviously, we've mentioned his book and everything. And he said to me, I'd said that the Pro Staff came in 1982, and he said, no, it's more 84. I've checked, it's actually 83, so we're in the middle a bit there.
I really thought it was. Are you sure it's not 82?
See, I think they certainly designed it in 82, but I think, and it was never designed for Edberg, although he did use it. It was designed for Jimmy Connors and Chris Evert, which,
I thought it was 82 as well, actually.
But I'll come back to it and say, it gets people talking about it, and that's what I love. I mean, it's my passion, it's your passion, maybe not to the extent of me.
I'd love to see a tennis tournament one day where all the players had to use the same racket. They tried it in Formula 1. I'd love to see just a curiosity of what would happen. They'd probably all be terrible.
I want to do, I've seen it online quite a few times, like a wooden racket tournament. I mean, I think it's difficult to do that now because the wooden rackets will
as well.
Well, no, but they're heavy and they'll break, and these are antiques, most of them now. So I think what I'd like to do is use a racket from the 80s, or you have to use a racket from the 80s, you have to use a racket from the 90s, or something like that. Or
play against McEnroe using his old.
Yeah, I mean, the 200G, which I've got as well, the Dunlop 200G, I think was kind of the beginning of the pros going from aluminium and wood to graphite. It was actually the 200G, the Dunlop racket, the one that Steffi Graf and John McEnroe were using. Anyway, we can talk. Well, I could talk about this stuff forever.
Yes, that was supposed to be a 30-second segment.
Yeah, my wife has already given me filthy looks. So let's start with Italy. Italy, come on.
Quick recap of Rome. The rain saved Nadal. Zverev was going to beat him.
Am I going to get into trouble for saying what I'm just about to say? Because I said it yesterday during a ladies' tournament finals.
Okay.
And there was quite a few people listening in, and they said about Nadal got, it was the rain, etc. And I jokingly said, well, Nadal is Jesus. Because when you look at some of Nadal's biggest matches, he won the French Open when it poured down with rain, when Djokovic was killing him, right? And then obviously yesterday happened. So I've decided because obviously I know.
What's controversial about that?
Well, it's blasphemous, isn't it?
God.
But Federer is God and Nadal is Jesus.
Yeah.
Because Zverev would have won that match if the rain didn't come.
I think twice. I think I looked this up. It was 12 years ago the last time Nadal lost a set 6-1 or worse on clay. Do you know who to?
12 years ago, so wouldn't be Soderling. So
Gaudio killed him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, shocked. Didn't realise that. I mean, Gaudio for me is possibly one of the worst, if not the worst, Grand Slam champion of all time.
Yeah, but that was Coria. That was the worst choke.
Corrier's elbow just getting very, very heavy.
2 sets up, 5-1.
Yeah, I think so. I actually watched the semi. He was playing against Tim Hemmen in the semi.
Yeah.
I was one of the 3 people in the crowd supporting Tim Hemmen.
Tim.
That was actually a good.
Well, yeah, obviously Nadal winning his eighth Rome. I mean, obviously, a fantastic record, but we'll come to that. We'll come to a few things. I've got a few
theories.
Women's. My favourite.
Your favourite, and you've been sort of scouting her for quite a while for the French this year. I know, and you're gonna talk about it, but I just don't know what to say about the ladies' game. You just haven't got a clue what's going to happen.
It's exciting.
Halep, what's going on with that girl?
How can she play so well? I think she's the best semi-final player ever in the world. Ever. When she plays a semi-final, she plays outrageous tennis.
And the worst final player.
Gosh.
I mean, she's got titles, fair enough, but my gosh, you know, I put my house on her winning that match, and then she got murdered, and she got screamed at by Darren Cahill in the change of ends at the end of the first set. What's going on with her?
It's interesting, isn't it?
I just don't really know and what to think about her. One thing I will say is I love Rome. I love the Italian Open anyway. I think it's great. I thought the Fognini versus Nadal match was fascinating. I love Fognini. I love what he brings to. He brings such character, such flair. Some of the shots, his that lob was a joke. But yeah, I think I want to play on. I've forgotten what the name of that court is. You know, the one that's not actually the stadium court. It's the one that's just outside. It's kind of like an amphitheatre. It's gorgeous.
I think they've just got voted the best court in the world last year, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. Well, I can see that.
I forgot what it's called.
I'd say between that and, I mean, there's that.
Yeah, it goes down into the ground, doesn't it? Yeah,
and you've got the one in Shanghai with the roof that goes like this, which is gorgeous. But then also that one, I talked about this the other day actually with somebody. The one in Valencia, that beautiful court.
Oh, in the bull ring. Is it in the bull ring?
No,
it's Madrid.
It's in the science park. It's a very thin building. It looks spectacular.
Valencia is an incredible city, though.
I've never been. So
architecture,
very good. It's very cool. So anyway, so we finished on the run leading up to Roland Garros, and we're here. I mean, we're 4 or 5 days away. By the time this gets edited, we'll probably be a day away.
Qualifying's now, plenty, don't they?
Yeah, so we'll be about a day away. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of go through mainly the top seeds for it, say whether or not we think they've got a chance or whatever. I think the guys is going to be a little bit more.
I don't know. We'll come
obvious.
to it.
Let's start with the guys because I think the girls. I think the girls will have a decent debate about, but the guys. I think there's only one debate.
We might have to have another bet here.
Okay.
I'm suddenly convinced Nadal is not going to win the French. I don't know what it is. I've just been watching him, right? And it sounds crazy because the scary thing is he's still winning, but I just don't think he's playing quite so well. And I still get a funny feeling like when he goes down a little bit, he seems to lose a little bit of confidence. I don't know. And then obviously he comes back and is amazing. And the scary thing is he might not be playing well and still winning. What is he, 20-1? But I don't know. I've just got a funny feeling something is going to happen. I don't know. Surely
it's unquestionable that he is the odds-on one to a million chance.
If I was to have a bet, if I could do that, then I would probably do it. But I just think Zverev is going to win because of the draw. If the seeds stay as they are, Zverev's going to miss everybody. Nadal should have.
No, he's not.
Nadal should have Djokovic. Team will be in his water.
Why should Nadal have Djokovic?
He's number 22 in the
world.
world.
That gets drawn.
No.
Yes.
He'll be in the top half, I guarantee. I don't know, but I've just got a funny feeling.
Look, I mean...
I have a lot of these and they're pretty much always wrong.
Yeah, well, he's already won the Liverpool top. Well, look, Nadal's going to be number 1, Zverev's going to be number 2 seed, so there's the top and the bottom half. Okay, I think Cilic, we can't really consider him to be a big threat. He did quite well in Rome, got to the semis, but
too limited in his movement.
Over 5 sets, he's not going to be doing it. Dimitrov, still not really in any form.
Jeez, yeah, no chance, 0% chance of winning.
Yeah, I'd like to think he could do quite well, but again, it's not his surface either. So yeah, I think we can cancel him out. Del Potro.
I always think he should be good on the clay, but he just never does anything.
He's too big and injury prone. I mean, he'll probably pull out injured. He pulled out injured the other day.
He's not actually very good at the high balls on his forehand, funny enough. Believe it or not.
Slapping away.
He struggles at his high forehands.
Kevin Anderson moves like Bambi on ice, as I've mentioned before.
Quarterfinals, maybe.
Team.
Well, he's always the enigma, isn't he?
Well, team will end up being, according to this, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7th seed. So that means he's got a chance of possibly getting Nadal in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think that's what will happen. I think he has the game, but I still think mentally he's not ready to win a Grand Slam.
I don't think Zverev is either.
I think Zverev is there.
He's not been past the 4th round yet.
I think he's ready.
He's not been past the 4th round yet.
I think he's ready.
Okay, you think he's ready. So Team, I mean, I'm still putting Team, if Team is in the bottom half, I'm actually still putting him as the 2nd favourite for the tournament. No? Okay, well, that's great. That's why we do this discussion. And
Zverev is miles ahead of him.
Okay. He is generally, but not on clay, he's not.
I still think on clay he's ahead of him.
Okay, well, we'll see. Zverev beat him on a fast Madrid court. He didn't beat him on a slow, horrible, wet day over in Paris.
I don't know.
Goffin?
He's my outsider a little bit. I think, I mean, he's getting better and better back from his injury, his eye injury. But yeah, I think Goffin is the one that you do not want to play. I mean, we'll come to a few other people who you won't want to meet. Well, Goffin is, I mean, he pushed Nadal last year.
Isner?
I mean, he's got to get to some tie breaks, but no, he's not.
Carreño Busta, he's disappointed me so far this season.
Yeah,
he's had a couple of decent semi-finals,
yeah,
but that's
he's
about it.
okay on the clay, but again, maybe a quarter-finalist.
Somebody who's really impressed me this season now, and I'd love to see him do quite well. Schwartzman.
Yeah, I mean,
little guy,
5'4",
off the table,
but again, he's one of those players that you will have. It sounds silly, but you have to beat him. He's going to be there. He ain't going to give you any. He's like the David Ferrer of now, I'd say.
He's like a chihuahua.
Arr.
Nipping at you.
I like Diego.
He's like your dog, like a little annoying.
Little low-key. Oh, I love him.
Okay, and then I've put 5 names, which I think that you'll be interested to talk about.
I've got 3 out, yeah.
Well, no, I think we're
probably got the same people.
Okay, so Nishikori.
He's going to take some beating.
He's going to
take some beating.
Lower seeded Nadal, or he could meet somebody like a Nadal or Zverev in the 4th round.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I think, well, he's got the game again. He can't smash, as we found out, against Djokovic. Worst smash in the history of tennis. Although he's done a couple. If you haven't seen it, YouTube it. 30-all, big point, a metre from the net, straight into the net. One of yours.
Shut up. Djokovic.
I might throw an extra name in there and say Djokovic. Obviously, I was quite glad to see him for a set and a half. He was with Nadal, had his chances. Looked like the old Djokovic of 3 years ago.
I was surprised with myself at how much I wanted him to do well.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a fan. I don't mind admitting it.
Yeah.
I do consider him the 3rd best player of all time. And I'm a big Sampras fan. But I do consider him, I think he's done enough to prove that, because he's won 11, 12 Grand Slams in an era with the 2 greatest players of all time.
He's done the Grand Slam.
Yeah, and he's done the career Slam, etc., which Sampras never did. So I'm surprised that I wanted him to do his thing, to do so well.
Yeah. I think it's one of those that everybody loves a story, a comeback story. It's always the way. When somebody drops down, you want them to come back.
I don't see him over 5 sets being a threat.
Not with his diet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And his body type now, it's not.
And some Serbian friends of ours, Milan and everything, Jelena and Ivana, you've all suggested that I possibly become his dietitian, which I think would be a great idea because he needs to get some fat on him, for goodness sake.
He needs to take half of mine. KFCs. He should hang out with Bouchard. He put on a few pounds.
Okay, Fognini.
You don't. Who knows?
I love
Fognini. Doesn't even know what he's going to do.
I know. If he wakes up on the right side of the bed, he's going to do great. If he wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, he may as well not show
He has to play better players early. That's his only way. If he plays anybody, nobody young.
Shapovalov.
Who is going to want to play him? What is he? Where have I got? So yeah, was he 29th ranked? So he will be seeded, but he could be anywhere. He is the big danger person.
But again, he could meet Team Zverev or Nadal in the 4th round. In the 3rd round.
3rd round, yeah.
3rd round.
Huge game. Goes for his shots. It sees youngsters coming up. They're sort of youngsters are always fearless, but he's got the game to back it up. Beating Nadal. I know it wasn't on a clay court in the Canadian Open, but
I haven't put Edmund here, but Edmund as well.
Favourite surface,
massive forehand,
and he's got better and better. People sleep on Edmund.
I just don't think his game is rounded enough to do enough damage for 5 sets on clay in Paris. I think he's a 4th or 3rd round max player in France.
I think he might make quarterfinals.
It's a big.
I don't like him actually. Something I realised. Yeah,
he's all right.
He's a big Liverpool fan.
I love him. No.
I hate him.
He was a good guy actually when he was here in Dubai.
He's a nice guy. Keeps himself to himself.
And then my big kind of outside bet, more so because I don't think he's going to win it, but more so because where has he been? I mean, I don't even know if he's injured. Maybe he is injured, but his name just popped up today. Rublev.
Nowhere, falling.
Yeah, but he's still in the top 30 of the world. So yeah, he'll be if he's playing, he's going to be in the top 30.
He's not going to do anything. Well, interestingly though, I was going to ask you. I know I asked this once. Kyrgios is playing the doubles in Lyon.
Yeah,
he's not playing the singles.
Jack's off.
Is he going to play in the French Open singles?
For me, it doesn't matter if he does. He ain't going to win it.
I know, but even so, you wouldn't want to come up against him early.
If you wanted to play Kyrgios anywhere and win, you'd want to play him on
yeah, good
play.
point.
So go on. Who's going to win?
Zverev.
Nadal.
I mean, obviously, Nadal is going to win. But
I think. Do you know what, Stephen? I think. Unfortunately, with the men, I think it's a difficult one because there are 3 big favourites, and one of them is a huge favourite. So I'm going to say, name your 4 that you think are going to do the damage.
Okay, so Zverev, Nadal, Thiem, and Goffin.
So you're going to say Goffin, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Zverev. Sorry. Do you know what? I'm going to really.
Nadal's not going to win. No, I don't know why it is.
I'm not going to say Zverev. I'm actually going to go with this. I'm going to say Thiem, Nadal. I mean, Nadal I think is going to win. Thiem, Nadal. Do I want to say it?
Go on.
Shapovalov. And I'm actually going to go with Nishikori.
Ooh.
They're going to be my 4 that I think. I think Zverev is not going to make it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he gets further than the 4th round, but I think Nishikori.
The only thing with Shapovalov is he's going to play some big seeds early. So then the run to get to semis is going to be tricky. I mean, you never know. Let's see what happens.
See, I think somebody like a Shapovalov could take out Zverev.
No.
Well, let's see. This is why you wore the Liverpool thing last.
Yeah,
last
I obviously wasn't going to win that bet. I don't think Nadal's going to win.
Ladies. Oh my God, where do we begin?
We've already been 30 minutes.
Well, almost. I think we're up to about 25 minutes now. So, okay.
We could. Every one of them's got a case on this list.
I think the best thing to do is to just we'll breeze through them again like we did with the guys. And then again we'll go with the 4 that we think could be the danger ones. So, Halep.
Should probably get to the final and lose.
Yeah. Wozniacki, no.
Oh my God, what's going on?
No, she can't do anything on clay. Don't know why, because that's her game. I mean, hacking away. Muguruza.
I mean, obviously former champion, but not in great form. I think actually since she's won, she's kind of just
Has she ever been in great form?
Well, yeah, good point.
When she's won a slam.
Well, yeah, good point.
If she can get through the first couple of rounds, she's dangerous as.
Yeah.
When she won Wimbledon, she wasn't in form then. So for me, she's probably in my 4.
No.
Svito.
Probably the most consistent this season, I think. Even though she's not, she's won obviously a couple of events, just won Rome, so that's obviously a good sign.
Won Dubai, defended her title. Won Rome, defended her title.
She's awesome at defending her titles.
I
think she's got a big chance. She's slowly got better in Grand Slams. She had a decent run last year. I think she's ready.
Okay.
I think she's definitely in my top 4 for sure.
Okay, she's in your top 4.
I love herself.
So. And you love her. I mean, I rate her, but Ostapenko
could win it easily without dropping the set. Might lose in the first round.
Yeah,
How is she number 5 in the world? I don't understand this.
This is what I don't get. She's done nothing outside of the French Open, really. I mean, she's had a couple of semis and quarters and whatnot.
I was trying to think, like, I looked at the results. I wondered if she was injured for half the year, but she wasn't.
No. So for me, she's not. I mean, if she has a good run again, then yeah, fair enough. But I just don't see it. Pliskova.
I think she's got a big chance.
Is she in your 4?
She might be even number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just think picked up a couple of titles. She's got the game, big game. Yeah, we'll come to her when we choose our big 4.
Okay. I would like to state on the record that
Carolina Pliskova.
What happened to Carolina Pliskova in Italy? It was.
Yeah.
Against Sakari. Was an absolute disgrace for the whole tournament.
The officials.
The officiating was beyond pathetic. The way that the tournament referee dealt with it, the way when she went into the crowd, the box of Pliskova, I felt very, very sorry for Pliskova. I'm sure she'll get a fine for what she did.
It wasn't big. She's already had a fine. It wasn't. Yeah, it was quite small. A few thousand euros. And
it just begs the question: why are we not using Hawkeye for play?
Yeah,
you got all of this thing. The sound that when it puffs up, then it could read the puff up instead.
I know.
But come on,
I mean,
it was this far in.
It was that far in, and they couldn't even show her a mark that was out. I mean, I don't get it. I feel sorry for her.
And I'm actually a big Sakari fan. Okay, I am actually a big Sakari fan. She was lovely here in Dubai. I don't like the way she dealt with that. And Kareem actually commented that when Nishikori played against Djokovic, they had 2 situations where the players just looked at each other and agreed to replay the point or gave the other person the points. If Sakari, I believe, when you look at the replay in slow motion, Sakari saw what
she's looking.
Yeah, clearly looking. And she pretended that she went the wrong way. She didn't.
The first thing you do as a player is you walk over and you see a mark. If you don't see it, you slide your foot over. That means that's replay the point, or you just give your opponent a point. But
it's 5-all, 30-all in the third set. Biggest result of Sakari's life.
But again, if I was in a situation, I don't know what I'd do.
Honestly, I said it. I've said it on Facebook. I've said it everywhere. I would be disgusted with myself if I didn't. I mean, it was clearly in.
Yeah.
It was clearly in. If it was close, then you could argue, but it was clearly in. And the fact that she didn't, like, there's talk that they say that she actually did say, let's replay the point, and Pliskova said no. Now, I can't believe that. I believe that she said that she didn't see it.
I've not seen where she said replay it. I've seen her say she didn't see it. She didn't see it.
That's what I've seen. But somebody commented saying, no, she offered a let. I don't believe she did. But anyway, if she offered a let, Pliskova would have taken it for sure. So lose the points and lose your head, or just play the let. I mean, it shouldn't have been that. But anyway, disgusting. Please,
WTA. This is not what we want to see.
Well, it's not even necessarily the WTA. We need Hawkeye. She probably would have won the tournament the way things are going. She's playing well. Sakari had,
I mean, you don't know that.
She's playing well. Okay, Garcia.
Not bad, actually. I think she's going to be one of those. Again, nobody's going to really want to play her. French. She get to the semis.
French.
In France. Her home crowd. Although sometimes they turn on their own.
Well, apparently she's not got a great rapport with the French crowd. She pulled out the Federation Cup.
Yeah.
Mladenovic is the one that they love. I mean,
she had one good run, didn't she?
Yeah, and she's not going to do anything.
I hope she loses first round.
Mladenovic, or
yeah,
I know you're a big fan of.
Kvitova. She's going to be there. She's probably my number 2. Obviously, struggles. Yes, her movement can be an issue, but she's hitting the ball so big. Probably the heaviest hitter on tour.
Yeah.
Plus, unbelievable serve, which sometimes, obviously, the clay can nullify a little bit, but still, I think she's going to be there. She's in good form. 30-6 this year, 4 titles already. I think she's going into it. For me, she's up there. She's one of the big 4 for me.
Venus.
Why not? Why not? Again, obviously, not winning is not as dominant as a force as she was. Again, who knows?
Sloane Stephens?
No.
Julia Gorgas?
No.
Decent on clay.
Nah, she ain't going to win.
Curler?
I mean, you never know, but I don't think she's playing well enough.
By the way, when he says no and I don't comment, it's because I actually agree, but what's the point of just repeating it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Curler. Keys?
Next.
Please.
Not to be mean to you, lady.
Please, I hope I'm right on this one. Kazatkina.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't put her in my top. I might put her in the 4th position. She's got the game, but I think she's quite young, still learning.
Svitolina gave her a kicking again.
It took a couple of times this year as well. And Kvitova and Pliskova have whooped her as well.
I mean, I think she's coming off a slight injury, but she won the first set against Svitolina. 7 points that Svitolina got in that set.
Svitolina does this, isn't it, though? Yeah, but Svitolina does this sometimes.
I know, but on clay, to have that bigger turnaround so quickly. She's mine, sort of. I mean, by the way, I'm going major left field with all of mine this year.
Good.
So
I think Kasatkina is probably 2 or 3 years too early.
Okay, well, she's in my 4.
What?
As is my next one.
If you say Serena, I'm going to punch you.
No. Burtons, Kiki Burtons.
She was initially in my top 4, I've got to say, but then I've looked at some results. Again, Kvitova and Pliskova has killed her already on the clay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a way of thought.
But she got to the semi-finals 2 years ago, or the final?
No, she got to the final last week, and then in Madrid.
In a Grand Slam, though, I checked. I think she's got.
She got to a semi-final in
semis.
Yeah, she got to semi-finals 2 years ago, I think. Now this one actually is she is actually my outside bet. This one, and she's so left field. I think people are going to look at me and go, huh? So I hope I'm right. But I've decided to mix it up a bit.
Well, at the moment, ladies tennis, as great as it is, it's fantastic. Anybody can win.
Kontaveit.
Anna Kontaveit destroyed Wozniacki, didn't she? But then Svitolina killed her.
Yeah, I think Kontaveit is going to surprise. If she gets a decent draw, she's in my 4. My
Again,
4.
Not totally against it.
And then we've got 2 people who we haven't mentioned who should be mentioned. Sharapova.
Oh God, I watched some of her match for screaming.
I would
against
rather extract my own teeth.
She was hitting. She actually looked quite good. I've got to give her that. I don't want her to win. She's a drugs cheat. She got caught. She shouldn't be playing tennis anymore. But she was hitting a big ball.
She just does nothing for me. The screaming, the way she goes about her business, she does nothing for me. And I hope she gets beaten first round.
When I have an issue, I don't mind some screaming, but when they scream on the volley, I don't get it. That just for me, that's actually like cheating to put your opponent off.
And then finally, the greatest female player of all time, who is
You've
now
got to stop saying that.
400.
One of the greatest tennis players of all time, Paul. Come on.
I know, but she's the greatest female player.
I'm trying to catch you out.
Yeah, but you're not going to, because if she wins a slam, she's the greatest sports person of all time, full stop.
She's been practicing on clay Moratoglu, but I just, no.
If Serena Williams even makes
what should we do if Serena wins? No,
if Serena Williams makes quarters at the French Open, I will willingly wear the Everton top for sure.
Oh, really? I was going to say we should do it could we do it topless?
It's a shame actually that it's before, because with the Champions League final coming this week, I'd be like, if Serena wins or gets to the quarters, I'll go to the Real Madrid supporters bar for the Champions League wearing my Liverpool top and get killed.
It's in JBR's.
I don't know where it is. I don't care. But Liverpool are going to win. But yeah. So look, my 4, because we need to wrap it up. My 4: Sharapova.
Sharapova.
Not Sharapova. Sorry. My 4 are Muguruza, Kazatkina, Burtons, and Kontaveit.
Who's your number 1?
Muguruza.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so different.
That's why the women's game is just crazy right now. So far, you've only got Svitolina, Pliskova, Kvitova, and which are the
I'd probably put Kasatkina in there.
Ooh,
Yeah, actually, I'll go along.
We slightly agree on that.
See, I want Svitolina to win because of the travelling coach and the Bettles.
There we go. And
But I don't think she's going to win.
oh, right, okay.
So I'm going to go for Karolina Pliskova.
I think that Muguruza is going to win, but who knows? But I really, really want Kasatkina to win, but I think maybe it's a bit too soon for her.
Too soon. She'll get there, not yet.
But yeah, Burton's and Kontaveit. I think Kontaveit, if she gets a decent draw, Kontaveit is going to be dangerous. Right.
Oh, very quickly,
Oh,
what is going on with Osaka? When you see her match against Halep, she wasn't even moving. No, seriously, like there was balls 3 feet away from her. She just wasn't. She wasn't like she was. If that was Kyrgios, he would be getting slammed. Because seriously, mate, she was. I don't know if you've watched any of it. She was just standing there watching balls go past her.
Naomi Osaka.
Something's gone on. Something has gone on.
No. I tell you what, Naomi Osaka is. You could argue is the female version of Kyrgios right now. She's not a bad girl. Don't get me wrong, but. She blatantly played in that match and she didn't want to play in it. She said throughout it, I don't want to be here, don't want to be here. They heard it all on camera and got away with murder. I love her to bits, think she's great, but you know I love Kyrgios. We both love Kyrgios. But because she's a woman, she gets away with it. Sorry, but you have to be fair on this. She's now thrown 3 matches I've seen this year. 3.
She didn't try.
She gave up. Kyrgios gives up, but has the balls to admit it and gets slated for it. Tomic is different. He's a okay? He's somebody who literally, like, oh yeah, I've got more money than it.
I was too busy thinking about counting my millions.
Yeah.
Kyrgios doesn't say it.
Kyrgios just turns around and says, look, I don't want to play. I didn't want to play. And gets torn apart. Osaka, because she's nice, because she's totally radical.
She's young.
She's hip and cool.
We've got to protect these girls.
Yeah. Why? Why is the difference? What? Please, somebody comment. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, and just give me something to discuss, because I think it's awful that Kyrgios gets torn apart, and Naomi Osaka, who debatably is going to be one of the next number ones. You know, she's incredible, but she now, Charleston was it?
Charleston,
Rome this week, and then I think it wasn't Madrid, it was the one before Madrid. But she's done nothing, and you know she has thrown matches.
Even a Pliskova incident, I think she only got fined €4,000. Imagine if Kyrgios had taken a hole out of the umpire's chair. Oh!
There is serious, I would say, favoritism.
I was going to use inequality.
Inequality in this world of equality. Okay? But, you know, obviously 2 gentlemen talking about it. Well, sorry, gentleman and a pigeon.
I got called, obviously it's been a royal wedding, I got told I look like Prince Harry, which I'll take that as a compliment. By quite a few different people.
Prince Harry.
Ginger beard.
You look like an uglier version of Prince Philip. Seriously, unbelievable. Anyway, look, we're gonna do a couple more podcasts. A bit of a controversial one that we're gonna talk about next.
Yeah, I've got an easy one next.
Yeah, Steve's gonna do his usual sitting on the fence thing in the next.
I'm the one who says all these things. You talk.
You've even said that you're literally just gonna put it on there and just do this and just listen to me get into trouble
because it's going to be funny. Also, a quick shout out: there's a few Brits playing. Skupski brothers are playing in Lyon into the second round of the doubles of an ATP 250, so they've got a good draw. Obviously, Jules unfortunately lost in the first round, so gives some Brits a chance. Cameron Norrie through
Cameron
to the
Norrie won, yeah.
Yeah, Cameron Norrie won as well.
And then I'm going to give a shout out to him again. Dan Evans qualified for Loughborough and has actually won his first round against the number 2 seed as well. To fall from grace though, you're playing in Loughborough and 1 minute you're playing in. But
then again, I think that shows what he wants to do, because some people when they have fallen at grace, they actually think they're too big for it. Yeah. At least he's just going about his business. He's saying the right things. He's doing all the work with the LTA, charitable work, working with some kids.
The British Kyrgios. Could be. Anyway, look, we were going to do that, so please comment. We're here to get people talking about tennis. Anything we can do to try and get people talking about tennis is a good thing. Yeah. Okay? Any criticism is good criticism. We don't care. We want to hear the critics. I want to thank Paul, as usual. Paul Shees, always so positive and so what's the word I'm looking for? Contributes. What's the word I'm looking for? He always contributes to all of our podcasts. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, you really are useless.
That's called sitting on the fence.
Yeah. Little mister, I'll just sit there and let Paul
I couldn't think of the word. I could not think of the word.
Yeah, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, thanks very much. Thank you for my wife, as usual. We will spend hours doing the editing because Steve will have said multiple.
I see Ramadan Kareem here. Around the globe.
Ramadan Kareem for all those who are celebrating Ramadan here in Dubai. Obviously, it's very much the thing. So we're in day 4 of it now. Yeah,
that's a great thing. It's a good thing. I think everybody should do it.
I couldn't do it. I need to do it, but I actually just need to have the whole 30 days of not eating.
I've done it up till 3 p.m.
Okay.
Some days. It's actually, do you know what, the food isn't too bad, it's the water. What a time.
Yeah, I think in our job we can't really get away with that. Anyway, have a great week, guys, and yeah, hopefully we'll have some great things to report on.
Give us your predictions on the French.
Yeah,
who do you think's
give us your 4. Give us your 4. Okay, we want your 4 predictions for each, ladies and men's. Okay? Anyway, take care.
Bye.
See you soon.